You see that? That's a Nintendo Switch. It sells like hotcakes right now. Everybody wants one. Tons of games are coming out for it. So, let's just completely ignore that and talk about its predecessor, the Wii U. Remember the Wii U? Well, if you're a follower of my channel here, sure, you know what a Wii U is, but for the most part, a lot of people don't really remember nor even know the Wii U existed. A lot of people assume Nintendo released the Wii, and now they have released the Switch. But why doesn't anybody remember the Wii U? Like, what happened with the Wii U? What went wrong with it? Well, simply put, a lot went wrong, okay? But let's start from the beginning to truly understand the whole deal behind the Wii U. Let's go back to 2011, a year when the Wii was about to die. I mean, the only games that were left coming out for this system were the yearly Just Dance games and other trash no one really cared about. Nintendo truly needed something new. And during E3 2011, Reggie made a whole speech explaining the origin of the name Wii and how it means we, as in we all play together, we have fun, yeah. And then he made the perfect pun by saying this next system will be the perfect one for you. Hence the name WiiU. Okay, I'm not gonna complain about the name to be honest, but I mean, what the heck? I got used to it anyways as time went by. The thing is, all of the Wii accessories featured the name Wii. Wiimote, Wii Balance Board, Wii Zapper Gun, Wii Wheel, and now WiiU. Then he proceeded to show us the new controller for the Wii U, and a trailer came by showcasing that you can play the game on your TV as well on the new controller. And I think this is where it all went wrong. They kept showing things to do with the new controller. Draw on the new controller. Play on the new controller. Use motion controls with the new controller. It was all about those three words. The new controller. Even I was confused at one point. I was like, man, I thought the Wii U was a new system, but after watching this trailer, I'm not even sure anymore. Is that a new controller for the Wii? Is that a new system? Is that an add-on? What am I even watching? Obviously, all those questions were answered eventually, but it was too late. People were already confused about the Wii U. Oh, and the new Wii U system looks exactly like the original Wii system, except it has rounded corner. But how can soccer moms see the difference between this and that? Of course, all of this happened during E3 2011, so Nintendo could definitely fix those problems before the game's launch, right? A year later, on September 13, 2012, Nintendo held a press conference to explain everything about the Wii U. Sure, they did it right this time by actually showing the freaking system and not only the new controller, but they announced two different versions of the Wii U, the basic set and the deluxe set. The basic set has 8GB of storage, which was already obsolete back in 2006, but hey, at least there's the deluxe set which had 32GB of storage. Keep in mind that in 2012, most PS3 and Xbox 360 models had over 300GB of storage on their basic cheap set. So Nintendo releasing a supposedly brand new system with either 8 or 32GB, it seemed puny. And the price for a PS3 at the time was about $300 for the 500GB model. Well, for that same amount of money, you'll have the 8GB version of the Wii U, which comes with no game whatsoever. No, nothing. You had $50 and you'll have the 32GB version with a copy of Nintendo Land. So why would anyone go for the 8GB version where you can have a full game as well as 4 times the storage for only $50 more? You know, the basic set was doomed from the start, and Nintendo even discontinued it a couple of years later. From what we could tell, the Wii U was about as powerful as the PS3 or the Xbox 360 and was selling for the same price, but with far less storage, far less titles, and far less everything really. You know me, I'm a Nintendo fan, okay? But this system I didn't get on day one, okay? I couldn't justify the $350 price point for like a PlayStation 3 with a tablet gimmick. Eh. And you know, I couldn't get it on day one, especially since... The launch titles for the Wii U were pretty underwhelming. For the first-party Nintendo title, we had Nintendo Land, a compilation of minigames supposed to showcase the Wii U gamepad and how cool it actually was. The game was pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, I had fun with it, but it definitely wasn't a system seller like Wii Sports was back then for the Wii. Then we had New Super Mario Bros. U. It was pretty fun, but it's New Super Mario Bros. Wii in HD. You've played one game in the series, you've played them all. In terms of third-party titles, we had a bunch of ports of older games from other systems like Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Batman Arkham City, Assassin's Creed 3, Mass Effect 3, Tekken Tag Tournament 2. I mean, Ubisoft released a pretty cool title called Zombie U. It was probably the only third-party game that truly looked promising and original, and it actually was, really. The launch title for the Wii U were not really that exciting. Mario U is fun, not really a reason to go buy a brand new $350 system in my opinion, but you know how this world works. If something has good marketing, it's gonna sell. So how did the Wii U fare in that department? Alright, okay, the marketing for the Wii U, it was just terrible. I think that's the only word I can truly describe it. Heck, the original Wii U commercial featured some big color boxes with families playing together, with some horrible dubstep music. It was so bad that Nintendo actually removed it from their YouTube channel. I mean, the dislike bar was off the chart and there was no way to recover from that one. This campaign was a failure. Nintendo had a new campaign later down the line that showed kids explaining to their parents why they actually needed a Wii U. They made sure that the kids said that the Wii U was a brand new console. Like, come on dude, if you actually have to explain what the product you're selling is, but mostly what it isn't, well, that's kinda bad. Sure, there were other commercials, you know, the cringy ones like the Amiibo commercial with the kid trying to impress his friend's sister at Smash Bros. Or, you know, the non-specific action figure one where a dude shows what Miiverse was all about. Those commercials were weird, sure, but I mean, they were kind of okay in my opinion. Nintendo actually got better at making commercials as time went by, but it was already too late. The Wii U wasn't selling and it wasn't recovering. People did not know what a Wii U was, and they had no interest in learning what a Wii U was. For them, it was a tablet for the Wii, and it was super expensive, it was overpriced, they didn't want it. Which leads me to our next point. I know most people buy Nintendo consoles to play Nintendo games, but Nintendo can't be the only one making games for the system. They can't release one major flagship title every month. We need third-party developers to release some amazing games in between the Nintendo game. So when the Wii U launched, it had a lot of ports from third-party developers, but had a couple of pretty good games announced for it. I mean, there was Lego City Undercover, Rayman Legends, Zombie U, those are all great games. Sadly, since the Wii U wasn't really selling much, well, third-party developers, they just stopped releasing games for the system. And I mean, can we blame them really? The Wii U was different from the Xbox and the PlayStation, so third-party devs actually had to keep in mind to include some sort of gamepad-specific mechanic to their games, and that requires extra work, extra resources, and it costs way more money. But what's the point to invest more money to create a feature that won't be used since no one actually owns a Wii U? And what's the point of having a Wii U if no game devs publish games for it? You see, the Wii U was just doomed at this point. People didn't want to buy it because it didn't have enough games, and people didn't want to make games because it didn't have enough people buying it. It was like an endless circle of death for the poor thing. Poor Wii U, it just collected dust for months and months in between the Nintendo release. I actually feel bad for the poor thing. To conclude, I don't think there's one specific reason explaining why the Wii U failed. It's more of a combination of many factors that led to the failure of this console. And don't get me wrong, okay? It may look as if I hated the Wii U and rrr, but no, I truly love this console. It had some of the best games I have ever played in my life, and now Nintendo is taking a lot of Wii U games that nobody bought and they're re-releasing it for the Switch, and now people are buying it and are saying, wow, those games are amazing. I'm just saying it failed in terms of moving and selling units. I guess it was a system for Nintendo fans and Nintendo fans only. At least we can end on a positive note by saying that the Nintendo Switch is selling like crazy and people are really enjoying it so far. And that includes me. I remember people saying that after the Wii U, Nintendo was doomed and would go down the path of Sega, becoming a third-party developer for PlayStation and Xbox. It might have seemed that way like just 2 years ago, but look at them now. No, they're not gonna go third party, they're gonna keep pumping out some amazing console, some amazing games, and some amazing ideas. And I can't wait to see what Nintendo has in store with all of the Nintendo Switch things in the future, and I'm truly glad to be a Nintendo gamer. Hey, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video and be sure to hit that subscribe button as well as hit that bell to be notified of my new videos, because believe it or not, subscribing isn't enough for YouTube anymore. You really gotta hit that bell if you want to see my videos. I don't know why, that's just the way YouTube is right now. Hey, I'll see you in a brand new videos. Thanks for being awesome as always, and see ya.